Let's get one thing straight. There are no art police, but wow, it feels like they're watching, doesn't it? The guilt, the rules, the shoulds, they really sneak in and steal the joy. But I've found one question that helps me drop all the noise and get back to creating. So come paint with me and let's chat about it. I bet you know exactly the sort of things I'm talking about, because honestly, I think all of us have some sort of set of unwritten rules rattling around in our heads. They're the sort of ideas that we've picked up about the right way to do things. You know what I mean? When you're ready to do some painting, but then you think, oh, I should really be doing something a bit more useful. Or painting looks like a lot of fun, but gee, I wish I started when I was younger. Or some of our perennial favorites. I'd love to start painting, but I really need to learn to draw first. Or maybe it's, I should really learn more about color theory, because real artists know how to create any color they need from just three colors. Very often these thoughts come with the word should. I should learn color theory. I should learn to draw. I'm always very wary of this word should. Usually it can signify other people's expectations. I mean, sometimes when we say, I should learn color theory, we're saying, I should learn color theory. That would be great. That would be fun. So what we really mean is, I want to learn color theory. But if we're saying I should learn colour theory, as in I ought to learn colour theory, then it's part of these unwritten rules that we've set for ourselves. Because honestly, all those sort of rules are completely made up. There's no art rules, there's no art police. This is supposed to be fun. So let's get rid of all the guilt and forget about these funny rules of how things are supposed to be and just choose what feels fun to us right now. I don't know about you, but I'm way too old to be worrying about those sorts of things. I think it's far too many years of adulting. We've been doing the right thing and trying to do things properly and in a good order. But you know what? It's time to just put all that aside and have a little fun. I prefer to think of our art adventures as something of a buffet. We can walk up to the table, we can browse, we can pick and choose little bits and pieces as we see fit, and in whatever order we like. Feel no guilt about having dessert before your main course. Don't worry about how many vegetables you've had. And if you want second helpings of something, you go right ahead. Okay, so this metaphor's getting a little bit out of hand, but hopefully it'll be a good reminder for you next time one of those troll thoughts pops up into your head when you're wanting to do a bit of painting. Because here's the question that I like to use to kind of free up our thinking and get right back into painting. Whenever I hear myself saying I should be doing one thing or another, the better question to ask is, would it be fun to do that thing? So if I'm saying, I should learn to draw, what I really want to ask myself instead is, would it be fun to learn to draw? If the answer's no, don't worry about it. Trace, do something else, jump into painting anyway. Perhaps you'll come back and learn to draw one day, perhaps you won't. But there's no point denying yourself the fun of painting just because you think there's a predetermined order in which one needs to do these things. So I do believe this question works for just about anything. Let's think of those examples we came up with earlier. What about the one where we said, oh, I should have started this younger? Well, would it be fun to start now? If yes, jump in, be a beginner. If you think you should have started younger, you better start today because tomorrow you're going to be a bit older. What about the other one we said, oh, I should be doing something a bit more useful? Well, would it be fun to be painting right now? If yes, then let's go ahead and do that, because one of the other things I've found to be true is what moves us moves us. If you're feeling a little bit down in the dumps or a little bit lacking in energy, but there's some little part of your brain that's saying, oh gosh, it would make me feel a bit happier to doodle a daisy or paint something, splash some happy color across a piece of paper. Give yourself 10 minutes, an hour, whatever it takes to do a little bit of that, and you might find it gives you the energy to get on with all those other things that you thought were a little bit more useful and more important and things that you should be doing. This feels a lot like what we were saying about at the buffet table. If we want to have our dessert before our main course, we can go right ahead. And I don't want to get sucked back into that metaphor, but I reckon it's worth a try. Instead of forcing yourself to do the chore and then get the painting as a reward, how about you do the painting first and see if that gives you the energy and motivation to make the chore feel a bit less like a chore? But if there's one thing that you take from this little rant of mine, I hope it's this: that there really are no rules. You don't need permission from anybody, and you can choose to approach your art in any way you see fit. The whole point is to have a little bit of fun. And you know what? When you're having fun, that's when you make the best paintings. Do you have any particular troll thoughts? Drop them in the comments and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. The one that people talk to me about the most seems to be this issue of drawing. The whole idea of whether you need to learn to draw or not. And of course, that age-old question, is tracing cheating? Well, it's something I had a lot to say about, so I made a whole separate video. It's the one I'm popping up on the screen now. So if you're wanting to put that tired old question of whether or not tracing is okay to rest, this is the video for you.